Hello everyone and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today wherever you are in this great world. We're gonna talk about XRP. And I gotta start with this. Digital rupee grows 9% in just 3 months, with IndusInd Bank as an offline CBDC solution. IndusInd Bank is a major Ripple partner connecting Brazil, India, and China. Like I said, Ripple has multiple rails set up already inside of BRICS. I cannot wait until the day comes where XRP is just taking off in price and we realize it's the BRICS utilizing XRP. This comes from Mr. Man. Mika adoption begins December 30th, 2024. Fedwire depository institution testing certification must be accomplished by December 31st, 2024. Notice how trigger dates are aligned around the world. March 10th, 2025, Fedwire implements ISO 222. Payment Canada goes live 2025 with RTR. Coexistence ends November 2025, meaning all ISO for Canada and US will be live by then. Everything is aligning perfectly around regulations as well. This comes from Subjective Views, and you see there's another Zoom meeting, but look who's there. You see Goldman Sachs, Citi, MIT, Circle, and Ripple. Whenever they have these closed meetings or round tables, Ripple always has a seat at the table. That alone is why I can't stop buying the dip on XRP. This comes from Smoke. These advertisements in Washington, D.C.'s Union Station truly demonstrate Ripple's growing influence and potential of their technology. Being present in such a prominent location highlights the credibility and seriousness with which they are regarded in the financial sector. The fact that we were allowed to advertise in the heart of the nation's capital indicates a major recognition of their potential to revolutionize payments. For investors in Ripple and their technology, this is a clear sign that they are gaining attraction and visibility among key stakeholders, which will lead to integration adoption of XRP in the global financial system. You know, Ripple has ads everywhere. London, the United States, the UK, and that tells you Ripple's growing all throughout the world. Yet people still downplaying XRP in the crypto space. Every single day, people just FUD all over this cryptocurrency. Wait until this cryptocurrency finally takes off. I'm telling you, it is going to be an exciting time. One day, the entire world will be green. Complete global interoperability. So you see, real-time payments world map. And look at how far we have come from just a couple years ago. And this is continuing to grow. And this comes from the clearinghouse. And the clearinghouse is partnered with Ripple. They have been providing instant payments to its customers since 2019. The clearinghouse has about 70 banks signed up. See Wells Fargo's ad. And that was back then. Ripple has grown tremendously since then. They have grown in every single country around the world. And they're going after banking the unbanked, leveling the playing field. I thought this was a great post. So I don't know who needs to hear this, but Bitcoin and XRP are going to succeed together. They are complementary systems. One, proof of work, which gives these tokens actual value through real-world energy output. And the other, a consensus algorithm to move these energy-backed tokens of the future, as well as any other currencies, tokenized assets, etc., most efficiently. They aren't competitors. It isn't one or the other. It's both. deal with it. Now, I would agree with this post to a point. There's nothing wrong with Bitcoin. The problem is technology is advancing. And as it's advancing, it's leaving Bitcoin behind. Bitcoin needs other rails to make it efficient. The problem is the technology to move Bitcoin on other rails is also lagging as well. And Michael Saylor just put out this nonsense. He was speaking, and it's just complete nonsense. He's talking about the ECB praising Bitcoin and everything else. He's totally wrong, though, because this is what Christine Lagarde actually said. So more likely, however, it is an artificially induced last gasp before the road to irrelevance. And this was already foreseeable before FTX went bust and sent the Bitcoin price to well below $16,000. So she's saying it was already on the road to irrelevance even before the fall of FTX. And that's why I can't bring myself to ever invest in Bitcoin. I feel like I'm investing in the past because the ECB and the IMF and the BIS, they're all pushing us into the future, and they don't see any place for Bitcoin as we push ahead. Here's the BIS warning about emerging economies, a financial stability risk from crypto. But this is what the BIS actually said. The BIS encouraged local regulators to consider selective bans, containment, and regulation of specific crypto assets. It advised the establishment of clear regulatory mandates that differentiate between activity-based and entity-based regulation. So they're calling for regulations to push some cryptocurrencies out. And we already know that the BIS doesn't see a future for Bitcoin as well. So they're pretty much saying once regulations come, there's no spot for Bitcoin in the future. But I don't think Bitcoin dies. Honestly, I think Bitcoin's going to be with us into the future. It's just not going to have the major run-ups. Here's the IMF. Now, it's key to listen to what she says here. Crypto is not money.
Is what we see in crypto. What is the IMF's view on crypto in what looks to be a very unique moment for this investable asset?
Our view is that we have to differentiate between money and assets. When we talk about crypto, we are actually talking about an asset class. It could be backed up and in that sense more secure, less risky, or it could be not backed up and therefore a riskier investment.
So what she just said is that crypto needs to be backed by something. And if it's not asset backed, it's just nothing, in her words.
But it is not exactly money. It's more like a money managed fund. So when we look at money, there we have the central bank digital currencies, and they are indeed a digitalized form of money. Is it possible to have the private sector play a role in this area? Yes, of course, private sector has played a role throughout the history of money, but we have to be very careful to inform the public about what exactly in front of them the private sector has placed.
And that's how you get your asset-backed XRP and XLM. These two cryptocurrencies are going to be at a high stable value. And the IMF has been saying this for years, and nothing has changed, even since way back in 2018 when they were first talking about XRP and XLM as stable coins, asset-backed, moving value from point A to point B. And that's what we're going to see as we push into the future. And again, that's why Bitcoin, it's not going to be gone, but it's not going to be relevant either. Because, you know, they're calling the shots now. The IMF, the BIS, World Bank, they're pushing for a new financial system. And the US has to get on board. If they don't get on board with this, we are going to get left behind. So whenever people like to say, well, that's just the ECB talking, or that's just the BIS talking, or it's the IMF or the World Economic Forum talking, they don't realize that whatever happens going forward, the US has to be part of it. Same thing with crypto regulations. And that's why I can't bring myself to invest in Bitcoin. I don't think it's going to have run-ups like people think once utility starts driving the price of these other cryptocurrencies. Think about it. If XRP broke 3 digits, all the money is going to pour out of Bitcoin into XRP instantly, because they're going to now believe that XRP can go higher in price. The only reason the money sits in Bitcoin right now is because there's still belief there. There's belief that it will top 100K. However, that brings me to my next point. We are in the midst of a super cycle. Don't get caught selling too early based off of emotions and irrational thinking. I do believe we are in a super cycle. I think Bitcoin is going to have a phenomenal run up. This next run is going to be absolutely incredible. But I think it's going to be the last major run. And any retail investor should jump out as soon as they possibly can. And once you make a lot of money, jump out and get invested into utility going forward. Because I do believe this is the last gasp. I think after this, we're going to start to see the rise of the new financial system. Look what's going on with the stock market right now, plummeting down. And, you know, that was always part of the whole system starting to fall apart. And it's been coming for years. The banks have been falling apart for years. The country's in astronomical debt. House prices are astronomical. People can barely make ends meet. Something's going to break and the whole thing's going to come crashing down. That liquidity crisis is going to show up. And all of a sudden, you're going to see XRP, XLM, and this handful of cryptocurrencies rise from the ashes all at once. And it's going to shock everybody when it happens. You're still going to, and Michael Saylor and BlackRock, when they're shilling Bitcoin, they're telling you, get in now, because later when this happens, they're already going to know it's coming. They're probably already know the specific date that it's going to happen on. And you're going to become their exit liquidity. And that's why I warn you now of what's coming later. But I do believe we are going to have one last fantastic run up on Bitcoin. And I don't know if we're going to hit 100K or 120K, but these people that are saying it's going to $250,000, they're just ridiculous at this point. Bitcoin is not going to achieve those prices. Even in a super cycle, I think we will top out before 150K. So you got to prepare your exit on Bitcoin. If not, you're going to watch Bitcoin come crashing down once again, and you're going to be stuck in Bitcoin for another 4 years. And then we don't even know. Within 4 years, the new financial system is probably going to be live in most parts of the world already. Utility will be driving cryptocurrencies like XRP and XLM and XDC, HBAR, QNT, IOTA, Algo, Casper. That's what's going to happen next. And everybody sees it coming. Everybody's warning of this inside of crypto already. They're giving you heads up that this is it. This is your moment. But until it all happens, stay patient, stay positive, and let's get rich together. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.